Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your sneak peek for 2026. Each of the zodiac signs will have their own video. I've set the intentions to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. So I do encourage you to view all 4 of them. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. I will be doing more in-depth quarterly readings for members of the Time Travelers program. And if you don't know what that is or you'd like to become a member, you can also find more information about that in the description box. Remember, these are general collective readings, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that don't fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's take a look at your sneak peek for 2026. Let's get an overall energy here, please, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for 2026. What is the overall energy here for Gemini? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your overall energy, you have regeneration, card number 46. And at the bottom of the deck, you have community, card number 8. Okay. For love and romance, what is the general energy here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? In regards to love and romance, let's get one more shuffle. Thank you. You have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And at the bottom of the deck, you have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And for career and finance, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about career and finance for 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have hand, manifesting money. And then you also have spiral, out of control. So I'd be careful of your spending this year, Gemini. All right, let's get into tarot. We are clarifying regeneration, card number 46. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And then we have hand, manifesting money, reaching goals, getting financial assistance, hands-on work, or maybe even getting help finding a new job. Tell me more about this here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Sun. Talk about regeneration. You have the Nine of Wands. You have the Lovers. You have the Knight of Cups. You have the Chariot, and you have the Knight of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Moon. That leaves the Ten of Cups, Seven of Cups, Page of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Dare I say 2026 will be a lot better for you than 2025 was. Okay, regeneration. Knight of Cups to the Sun card. We have regeneration, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have community. If you're a Gemini and you've been spending I shouldn't say some time alone, too much time alone, I think you're regenerating your community base. This is like new partnerships. There's also something here about having more of an active social life in 2026. So again, maybe you didn't get out a lot, you felt bored, maybe you isolated yourself from friends and family. It looks like you're regenerating yourself. This to me feels like events, going out, coming out, like busting through a very dark time. And for many of you, building a new community, like a new community of friends. Right behind that, we have TikTok. So there's a feeling here of like, this is the time. Like TikTok on the clock, this is the time to get out there, experience more, meet some new people. So you're building your community here. Tell me more about the Sun card here for Gemini in 2026. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Three of Swords, and you have the King of Cups. That's the feeling I have here, bottom of the deck, Hangman. whatever disappointing situations you've been have been dealing with, or heartbreaking relational situations or connections. There's something here of like willing now to open up your heart to meet some new people. This is also something about spending more money to get out and do things. So spending more money to go out, like I said, to concerts, to events, possibly to travel. The Knights in Tarot typically talk about movement. Clarify that Knight of Cups here. Remember, this is your overall theme. So a lot of you also in 2026 are healing a broken heart that you enter the year with as well. Because that Sun card is healing. We have the regeneration card. So there's a lot going on here in the Gemini collective, trying to regenerate maybe some new financial options or opportunities, increasing your wealth, definitely expanding your friendship base, and healing your heart and reopening up your heart after some kind of setback here that you experienced in 2025. Tell me more about that Knight of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Knight of Cups is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Death card. Yeah, it's like the end of that, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. That is the truth. So this is across the board, right? This is your overall energy. I'm tired of waiting for money to come to me. Like, I want to create my own money. I want to take the inspired action. Some of you are going to launch a side business, going to start making you a lot of money. If you currently have a business, it's going to do very well. If you're at a job right now and things are like spiraling, kind of out of control, I think you have a new job here. This is transformation across the board in career and finance, in love and romance, and definitely when it comes to getting out more experiences. I've tapped into a group of you. You're putting an end to the financial lack, the emotional lack, being trapped, maybe feeling trapped inside your house. I mean, this is regeneration at its finest in tarot. This is the Death card. This all talks about endings and new beginnings, transformation, transmuting that pain into wanting to get out more. Some of you are going to look totally different by the end of 2026 as you do now. It's like for love of self, you're going to be investing money in yourself. Like this could be like updating your wardrobe. Yeah, there's something here. You're going from knight status to king status. You could be a feminine watching. It's I don't read body parts, but there's something here like you could be upgrading your wardrobe, changing the way you look, also feeling way more confident in 2026 because of various financial resources that you're like creating for yourself. I think some of you are going to have a couple of different avenues of money. I don't feel like, let's say you currently have a job now. I think you're going to like, you're manifesting some extra income here. All right, we'll get into career and finance, but your overall energy here is, I want new, I want to leave the past in the past, I want to get out and enjoy life more, and I want to invest more money in myself, how I look, and the experiences I have. That seems to be your overall energy. Now, in terms of love, we have the Nine of Wands and we have the Chariot. That's clarifying growth and imagination. The imagination card in this deck is much like the Magician. So there's something here about manifesting a love partnership that can go the distance. Tell me about that Nine of Wands. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. You are manifesting a very strong soulmate or your divine counterpart. Now, for some of you, you're already in this relationship. And for others of you, you're not. You're single, but you're calling it in. So if you're currently in the connection, I see repair here. I see wanting to do another cycle. I see you growing. I see the person growing. I think your manifestation is playing a key role in bringing this connection to a different level here. And if you're a single Gemini, I do believe that you are meeting your soulmate. Four of Swords and the Ace of Swords. For others of you, you're healing a connection. There's been a lot of growth in a current connection where maybe that Three of Swords took place. So I would say if it's, you know, you're watching this in January 2026 and you have experienced the Three of Swords, but this person is still in your life, I would say it looks like you're having another go at it. If you don't want that past person back, I would claim that Emperor or Empress as a new person. Tell me about the Chariot. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Chariot is clarified by the Three of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. I know some of you don't want to hear it, but if you've had this person in your life and you have experienced Seven of Swords, Five of Wands, it looks like there is a path forward for the two of you. We have the, I know some of you don't want to hear it, so remember they're collective general readings. You can just claim the parts of them that you want, and you can denounce the parts that you don't. But if you've had this person in your life and there's been Five of Wands, arguments and disagreements because of deception or perceived deception here, it looks like there's a decision here to move forward with this individual. You're going from the Three of Wands to the Four of Wands. At some point this year, the two of you may end up living together, or if you did live together and there was a separation, it looks like, you know, whoever left is returning back home. There's something here of the relationship growing. You're manifesting reconciliation. If you and your person here end up coming together, it looks like there will be some envy here. So maybe friends or family are against this or something like that, or someone's ex could be getting in the middle here. But you're moving forward. If you do not want that person back, and you're just completely single and you don't want anyone back from the past, this is a very solid soulmate connection. There's something here about you're moving forward very cautiously. So this then, in that respect, would probably represent your past person. So maybe I'm speaking to a Gemini where you're single, you want to meet someone new, but you're very cautious. Maybe the last person you were with put you in competition, lied to you, cheated on you, something like that. You're moving forward in love. You're meeting this new person. You're moving forward with them, but you're doing it rather slowly, and looks like you're practicing some good boundaries with this person as well because of whatever you have experienced in the past. So love looks great in terms of partnership. So whatever it is that you're manifesting or calling in, with that Ace of Swords showing itself twice, I would be very mindful of what it is that you want, because it looks like this is the year that you are receiving it. In terms of money, we have manifesting money, reaching your financial goals. Some of you could decide to take some courses. In that respect, you might be receiving a handout, a hand up, if you will, some kind of financial assistance. But you have a choice here moving forward in regards to career and finance. Tell me why the Lover's card is here. I do want you to be mindful, regardless of whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere. Whatever your summer season is, be careful of overspending in your summer season. I don't know why. It's a message I'm being told to tell you. And I don't know, maybe the job you have, there's less money made, or you could have an unexpected bill come up, or vehicle maintenance, something like that. So whatever's your summer season, be careful of out of control spending. Tell me about that Lover's card here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Page of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have the Seven of Cups. Gemini, if you're looking for a job, I think you have multiple job opportunities this year in your season, in Gemini season. For others of you, you're acquiring information on how to either launch your own business or take an existing business and expand it. You're looking at different areas. There could also be collaboration here between you and a King of Wands. Could be a Queen of Wands. I don't read body parts. So for some of you, if you currently have a business, you could be collaborating with a fire sign. Could be a Sagittarius, since we've got the Page, the King, and Temperance here. Oh, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, if you currently have a business, it looks like you're collaborating here with someone. And that could be anything. That could be you're hiring someone to, I don't know, be your accountant. Or if you post videos online like I do, maybe you're hiring someone here to edit your videos. If you're launching a business, it looks like you're not doing it alone for most of you. Most of you, if you own a business or are thinking about opening one, you have someone helping you with that, whether that's a business owner, your Emperor, Empress over there, or it could even be a friend. Knight of Wands, you are moving forward. I heard from financial disaster. Maybe some of you had financial disasters in 2025. Maybe someone here had to file bankruptcy. You're moving on from financial hardship, financial disaster. All right, tell me more about that Knight of Wands. I'm also getting this freelance feeling now all of a sudden. So whether you're employed, by someone, or you are self-employed, there's also something here about doing some freelance work to make some extra money. We don't have pentacles yet, and this is a financial read. Be mindful that if anyone asks you to help them with something, I don't know, I'll use myself as an example. Hey, can you edit this video for me? Or I don't know, can you do this intro video? Make sure you're getting paid for the assistance that you're giving people, or the freelance work that you're doing for people. And just as I said that the Ace of Pentacles came out in the reverse, your deck is in the upright. So if you're thinking about doing any freelance work, make sure that you are being paid, because it looks like whoever's like asking you to like do some work for them, trying to hire you, they have no intention of paying you. So you want to be smart about that. You want to make sure that you clear that up before you do any work, before you, produce it or create it or furnish them with the final result. Discuss, what's being paid. I would even gather to say, take like a 50% deposit, and then 50% is due within, I don't know, 7 or 14 days of you giving them whatever it is here. Because some of you are artists, is the feeling I'm getting. So you might be like commissioned by a friend to do something. Just make sure they know that they need to pay you, okay? You have the Ace of Pentacles. Yep, that's the truth. You have the Tower and you have the Queen of Pentacles. One, be careful what I said, remember, of your spending, because there is something here where you could start to make some more money at your current job, or you're making extra money because of some side hustles, or you have your own business and it's doing well, and you could be hit with an unexpected, like this is like you, Knight of Wands, like I'm spending money. Remember what I said here? You're going to spend money this year going out and spending money on yourself, possibly your wardrobe, some new events here you're going to. Be careful, because this could be like major vehicle repair, major something structural, maybe in your home. I'm not wishing it on you. I'm just telling you the messages that I'm getting. Obviously, it's a collective general reading, but there's something here like an unexpected financial loss this year. This is like a repair or replacement of something. So, and it's hitting you in the pocketbook, or the wallet. It's hitting you in your finances with that Queen of Pentacles. I think you make a quick recovery, but there's something here. Oh, look at that. 4 cups, 4 swords, 6 of Pentacles. It's like, oh, but I shouldn't have spent so much. So this is almost like buyer's remorse. Like maybe for some of you, you have the opportunity to buy a vehicle this year. You overspend a little bit because you're feeling good. You're like, I deserve this. And then like a month or two later, something happens in your house or something else. And you're like, crap, now I have to come up with money. That's the feeling here. So I would be careful if you're making any significant purchases this year, particularly in whatever is your summer season, okay? Because it does look like a little buyer's remorse there. For others of you, I'm telling you, if you're asked to do any work for anyone, they have the money. Don't think you're going to do it for free because you're trying to be a nice friend. They are showing up in Queen of Pentacles energy. So this person can afford to pay you for your services. If you are a business owner and you're collaborating with anyone, make sure you get a share of that money, or that they're paying you again for your services. And I'll use myself as an example. Like I have this YouTube channel. If I wanted to, let's say, collaborate with another YouTube tarot reader, whoever debuts that video is who makes the money on that video. So sometimes when you see collaborators, you'll see both of them post a video at the same time on their own channels. You could be wondering, why are they doing that? That's because they both want to make money from their respective viewers. But there are tarot readers who do those collaborations. They're newer and they get taken advantage of by the more seasoned people. Unfortunately, I've never done that or been victim of it, but I have heard of it. And so there's something like that. Like if you're collaborating or doing any work for someone, they have the money, or they will be making money on the product or service that you offer. And then you're going to be like, shit, I gave them that for free. And then, you know what I mean? They made X amount of dollars for it. So just be mindful of that. Okay, I want to dip a little bit back into, you're the second sign in a row I use dip back into. I don't think I've ever in my life used that, but we're going to dip into love. But first I want to look at this Queen of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the Moon card here. Okay, make sure I have them correctly. Let's put that Ace of Swords back the way it was. Kind of odd how that was in reverse there for you. I guess it doesn't want to be found. Seriously? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think all of your other cards are right side up. So Queen of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the Moon. Something here you're not seeing this year, and you need to know about it. It involves your happiness, your emotional stability, possibly a wish fulfillment. There's something here you're not seeing. Tell me about the Queen of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and the Moon. I just saw the Hierophant. So again, Hierophant in a current finance read could be the entity you work for or your own company. But in a relationship reading, it could also be about the relationship itself or the institution of marriage. Tell me about that Queen of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the Moon. You're not seeing something in regards to your emotional contentment. What is Gemini not seeing in 2026? One more shuffle. Thank you. What are you not seeing? Five of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. If you're in a relationship and there has been some discord or some arguments, I think that you're coming together with this person. I know some people don't want to hear about reconciliation, but there's no other way to look at this. Three of Wands, Six of Wands, and the Hermit. So if you're currently in separation with someone, it's very possible that by Virgo season, the two of you are back together. Or if you're in a relationship, but there's been some struggles, that it's like, I don't know, it's like you're overcoming the obstacles. And that might be something right now in January you're not seeing. You might be like, I never want to take this person back, or we've been fighting too much. I think I'm going to leave them in a couple of months. I don't know. I see it strengthening, but you take that how it resonates to you. But that's something you don't see coming. And it is in regards to your happiness and your wish fulfillment and a connection here with someone, a King or Queen of Pentacles, where there has been some difficulty. Bottom of the deck is a Ten of Cups. I think there's repair here for you, Gemini. Okay. We're going to grab some cards for those of you where it is your current connection, for those of you where it's the past connection, and for those of you where it is new because you want new. Remember, you're using your imagination. It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So call in whomever it is that you want. Whatever these cards show, you call in what you want. It's a collective general reading. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands to the Chariot. Okay, Seven of Swords showed itself. Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. I'm going to put them back in. We'll see if they want to come out again. I don't know. I think you guys, the Nine of Wands is, I'm not giving up on it. Nine of Wands to the Chariot could sometimes be, I'm staying in this relationship out of pride or ego. Let's see where we go with this. For my Geminis who are currently in a connection, but there has been some setbacks. They're currently in the connection. There's been some setbacks. They're manifesting moving forward with this person. They're manifesting growth in the connection. What do they need to know for 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you're manifesting growth or like reconciliation, we have the Five of Cups, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Three of Wands. Bottom of that, Queen of Wands. I think you're reconnecting with this person. I think you're moving forward with this person. Queen of Wands, King of Swords, and the Magician. If you're manifesting your current connection to grow and strengthen, I do see that happening over the course of the year. And then we have the High Priestess here. I don't think this is something that you realize may occur. Some of you may think there's no way we're going to make it. We're in such a bad place now in January, but throughout the year, it looks like the two of you are coming back to, I shouldn't say coming back together again. Yeah, coming back together again. There's definitely a feeling here of not giving up on one another and growing from the experiences that you've had together. So yeah, you're either not leaving this relationship, Gemini, or you're returning to it. Again, only claim that how you want, okay? If you don't want that, don't claim that portion. We'll look at the new person. But for my Geminis who are manifesting reconciliation or forward movement in this current connection, tell me about the Chariot there. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Four of Swords, we have Temperance, and we have the Ace of Wands. I don't really need to say much about it. I don't want to be a broken record here for you. If you want reconciliation, you certainly can manifest it. There seems to be a lot of growth here between you and your person. There's also something here about having a passionate new beginning. If you're currently in the connection, but there's been some struggles, it looks like there's, after maybe a period of maybe some dormancy when it comes to your physical intimacy, it looks like it's getting sparked back up there, albeit slowly, with that Temperance card to the Ace of Wands. It's like there's a slow build, but when it does, it's like, you know, it's like fireworks here. Now, for my Geminis where they do not want the past person, they have no one in their life currently, they are single, what do they need to know about the new person? In that respect, I think you grow a lot from your past connection or connections. I do think you're manifesting success in love. I don't think you've given up on love. I think your heart has been healed, it's regenerated, and it looks like you're ready to meet someone. I just heard more than ready. Some of you are more than ready. Tell me about that Nine of Wands for my Geminis who are single. They do not want the past person back. What do they need to know about their new person? Tell me about this new person here for Gemini. I just heard it's like night and day. So I think for some of you, this person might be very different than your ex, either in physical appearance or just how they show up, how they act. Maybe this person is more grown than your ex. Like you're going to notice there's a growth difference in them. Okay, tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Nine of Wands is clarified by Temperance, Strength, and the King of Pentacles. Bottom of that, Queen of Swords, there you are, whether you're masculine or feminine. King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. They could be an earth sign. They could be a fire sign. You could be meeting this person up to or even including in Leo season. This is someone who is grown. No offense to your ex if you're a cross watcher watching again. This is for those of you where you do not want the past person and you're totally single. I mean, the relationship is going to start slow. I think that's because you're very cautious because of what you've gone through. Again, you're sort of entering the relationship in Nine of Wands. Like, I'm not willing to give up on love, but I'm very guarded because of what I've gone through. So it looks like there's a slow build, but this is a solid person. The King and Queen of Pentacles and Tower are typically the marrying king and queens. I'm not saying you're going to marry this person. I'm just saying the potential for that is there. Tell me about the Chariot. So we've got Cancer season, Leo season. I think by Sagittarius season, you're more invested in the relationship because you're trusting this person more. So let's say you meet them in Leo season. Might take you 5 or 6 months until you're, you know what I mean, you're feeling more comfortable. Tell me about the Chariot card here for my Geminis who are single and looking for a new love. What do they need to know about that Chariot? One more shuffle. Thank you. Single, looking for new love. Seven of Wands. Remember when I said you're going to be a little bit guarded? Five of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. This is a new person. I would say to make sure you're fully healed before you meet them because this is someone who's looking for a long-term partner and you seem to still have some wounds here. So it looks like the moment you question where they are or what they're doing, there could be... you could be verbally aggressive here. Seven of Wands because you're guarded. It's like you're looking for a red flag when there isn't one. So there could be some like you're accusing the person of doing something they're really not doing. And it's very aggressive. Five of Wands to the Knight of Swords. Could be like, I know what you're doing because I saw my ex do it. So just make sure that you are healed if you're looking to put yourself out there and meet someone because it's quite possible you might blame this person for something they're not even doing. Tell me more about this connection, this new connection here for Gemini. This seems to be like the moment, you know, they tell you, I don't know, I'm picking you up at 7 and they show up at 8 o'clock, you're accusing them of having an affair. If that was something that you dealt with in the past, that's the feeling here. So you might lose a good thing. You might actually receive your manifestation. You might receive your manifestation, but if you haven't fully grown in terms of your healing, it could actually be a detriment to the connection. Anything else Gemini needs to know about this new partnership? One more shuffle. Thank you. The new partnership, see, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Tower. You could actually cause a tower moment with this person when there isn't one, because something they do or say triggers a wound that's not healed. You're going to get caught up in your mind in the Eight of Swords. Oh my God, I remember the last person is blah, blah, blah. You know how we work ourselves up. I'm a Gemini sun. We can admit that. And then the Four of Pentacles, it's like you're going to be so stubborn and accusing this person of something they did not do. That's my cat, Sammy. Say hi. He's like, he's never up here. He came up for the Scorpio reading last week and now he's here for the Gemini reading. Yeah, this could see the Tower, the Devil, and the Page of Cups. It's like you're going to judge this person based on something your ex did. Seven of Swords is looking at me there. And then you're going to come in with this apology, but I don't think the apology, this person might not accept that apology. Because again, they're looking for an equal. They're looking for someone who's showing up in Queen of Pentacles energy or King of Pentacles. They're looking for a long-term partner. This might actually scare them off. So if you meet someone new this year, make sure you're fully healed. If not, you may want to disclose to them ahead of time what you went through, just so they know that that could come up, that you know you're still dealing with these wounds, or that you're still easily triggered. So in that respect, maybe some really healthy communication between you and them could solve a lot of issues here. We're going to close it out now with some cards from the Infinity Oracle deck, and then I will get you some advice. Looking good on money, Gemini. Make sure nobody takes advantage of you. Watch your spending in your summer season, whatever that is for you, wherever you are in the world. It does look like you have significant expenditure here. So, you know, something breaking down or something like that. So be mindful of your spending. Current relationship looks like it's growing. Reconciliation is on the table for a past person and for that new person. Make sure you're fully healed, okay? You're definitely getting out more and doing things and making some new friends. Three oracle cards, please, from the Infinity Oracle deck for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have hot and cold. See, that could be you in this relationship because you're not fully healed. You then have inner healing is needed. You can't make it up. So if you're single, make sure you really are fully healed. For others of you, this connection where it was or is hot and cold and you want to keep this person or you want to reconnect with them, yeah, inner healing is required. But if you're both doing that, then yeah, there's a lot of growth here in that relationship. And you've got big success. And then you've got destined here. So you're destined to meet this new person. If you want reconciliation, you're destined to have that. If you want this new job, it's here for you. You definitely have big success across the board. And it's like you're destined to have a great year. I do think for most of us, 2025 was dismal. So big success on the horizon. Make sure you continue to focus on your healing and don't venture off into a new relationship if you're not fully healed. Also, if you've had any type of hot and cold behavior in your relationship and you're keeping it, it looks like there's a lot of inner growth that's needed, but it is happening in 2026. So overall, pretty good reading for you. Just watch your spending. That is what I have for you, Gemini. That's your sneak peek for 2026. A more in-depth quarterly readings will be available for members of the Time Travelers program. If you don't know what that is or how to join, there's more information in the description box. And I think that's about it. If you like these messages, oh, I didn't get you your advice. I hope you're still there. I hope you didn't leave. Some people leave just as soon as I do that. Do that little outro. They call it an outro, right? There's an intro and an outro. Can we get 3 cards of advice here for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Final advice here for Gemini for 2026. Final advice for Gemini. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Death card. There's your regeneration. New life, new events. Could be new love for those of you who want it, or the rebirth of an existing connection. You have the 9 of Swords and you have the Moon card. I think that goes back to what we were talking about. I would watch your spending. I would watch when you're collaborating with people to make sure that you're getting paid, and make sure you are fully healed if you're going to enter this new connection here in this Ace of Cups. So I just feel like the advice cards just really reiterated everything I said in the main reading. That is what I have for you, Gemini. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.